Hello my cozy friends, my name is Liv. Welcome to my channel. If you've never been here before, thank you so much for stopping by. Okay friends, today is officially spooky season. Today is October 1st. I am so excited about my TBR that I picked out this time around. I have a good mix of actual horror kind of spooky books, some witchy books, I've got some cozy books, graphic novels. Of course, you guys know I love to read almost every genre when it comes to this season, so it made it really difficult to narrow down what I wanted to read in October. But I hope you guys get some recommendations. I don't know how many of these books I'm going to be able to read, but I am just so excited to finally be in October, finally be fully in fall mode, and to share these with you guys. So let's just go ahead and dive right into this TBR with talking about Thrill Till Halloween. If you guys have not seen my Halloween announcement video, go watch that because you guys do not want to miss this readathon. Essentially, I'm going to be hosting a Halloween weekend readathon with my friends Jacqueline and Lena, and for the prompt, all you have to do is read books escaping evil or just escaping. So you can read horror, true crime, thriller, all of those kind of genres, but it is a 72-hour readathon. We're going to be doing a virtual escape room. We're also going to be doing a watch party for a movie, so if you guys want any of those details, feel free to check out my video for that. But the buddy read for the weekend is The Last Housewife by Ashley Winstead. In this book, we have a woman determined to destroy a powerful cult and avenge the deaths of the women taken in by it, no matter the cost. The main character actually finds out that her best friend passes away through a true crime podcast episode, I believe, and so she teams up with the person that runs the true crime podcast to essentially just like hunt down this cult or help others escape it. So I don't really know all the details, but it sounds very intriguing and obviously fits the prompt. So I would love for you guys to go ahead and participate with us, and also let me know what other books you're going to be reading for the escape prompt. The two books I'm going to be focusing on for the readathon is Kill Creek. I don't know much about this book. My friends Caitlin and Lauren just read it. I have seen it pop up every year around this time for the past couple years and have been very curious about it because I think it has to do with a writer's retreat. There are a lot of authors that come to this house, but I think the house is haunted. But the main reason why I wanted to pick this up is because it takes place on Halloween weekend. So even though it is a 400-page long book and it might be a little bit of a chunker, I feel like this is just going to be the absolute perfect vibe to read over that weekend. I am very much looking forward to it, and I really hope I like it just as much as everyone else. I also am going to be focusing on a cosmology of monsters because in this story we have a family who runs a haunted attraction, but in the synopsis it talks about all of the family members kind of escaping or fighting their own evils within them. I am going to tweak or twist the prompt a little bit, but I feel like once again for Halloween weekend this is just going to be so perfect for me. I've also heard from some friends that this audiobook is phenomenal. There are audio sounds. I'm not sure if it has to do with a full cast of characters, but I just know there is creepy sounds and things that enhance the reading experience, so I may splurge a little bit to get the audio for this one and hopefully get this one read over that weekend as well. But yeah, this has just been high on my list. I'm just very curious with this one because of all the mixed reviews I've been seeing. These next three books I kind of want to talk about together because they are all cozy mysteries and I have mentioned them recently. If you guys have watched my like 40+ book haul recently, then a lot of these books may be repeats for you, not all of them, so definitely stick around. But two of these were in my most recent book haul, so I'm just gonna mention them together. That is Death in Castle Dark and also In the Company of Witches. This one I decided to pick up because my friends Rachel, Caitlin, and Lauren started the Cozy Hollow Book Club, and this is their first pick for October, which I'm so excited about. I just know that it has witchy vibes, it takes place at a bed and breakfast, and yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a murder mystery involved, so I don't know much about it, but this is probably going to be my first ever cozy that I pick up, so I'm super pumped about it. And then Death in Castle Dark, I'm going to be buddy reading with my friends Kendall and Jordan, Neither one of them have read a cozy mystery either, and we just thought it would be kind of like a fun time to chat a little bit about our feelings. It says, actor Nora Blake finds her dream job when she is cast in a murder mystery troupe that performs in an imposing but captivating old castle. When she stumbles upon a real murder, things take a nightmarish turn in this first book in an exciting new series. So this one I originally picked up because of the gothic vibes it's giving me. I just need more gothic books in my life. I'm also so excited to finally be picking up Shady Hollow by Juno Black. The main character is a fox, which I typically don't read like main characters that are animals, but honestly, the looks of this is so cute. I think I'm really gonna like it, and that's all I know. I just know there's a murder in this small town, and the reporter, the main character that's a fox, is named Vera Vixen. So this month I definitely wanted to kind of dip my toes in the cozy mystery genre and see kind of what I think about it, and maybe if there's a certain niche or certain themes within cozy mysteries that I really like. So I feel like these are all very different, so I'm very excited to see what I think. Witchy books are definitely my favorite theme throughout the fall season, so you guys know I had to pick up The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches, because if I just need like a feel-good fall romance book or something that's just light and easy, I'm pretty much expecting for me to reach for this one at some point. Our main character tries to go on social media and cover up the fact that she's an actual witch, but someone believes she's a witch or finds out that she is, and I think ships her off to like this school. And of course there's like this guy down here that she probably ends up falling in love with. This cover alone is just totally my vibe. I have very high hopes for this one though, because I've only been seeing such amazing things about it. The next book I want to talk about, I'm pretty sure is on every single person I know's list because of the cover redesign, and that is Cackle by Rachel Harrison. I know this is going to be another feel-good but slightly horror book that I know I'm going to be reaching for and in the mood for. I just know there is a young woman who meets a witch, and it's full of spiders, and I know it's witty, it's charming, and it just has every single vibe in this book, which I honestly am predicting a 5-star with, because I feel like it's just going to be a very well-rounded book because there are so many themes within it. So I definitely have very high hopes for this one, but also this one. So these are pretty much my top 2 priority for this month. The next book that I absolutely will be reading as soon as possible is These Fleeting Shallows by Kate Alice Marshall. You guys know how much I've raved about Rules for Vanishing, and obviously I had to pick this one up when I heard Knives Out, but also The Haunting of Hill House. Those two things together, I mean, come on, like it seriously does not get any better. Haunted houses have slowly become one of my favorite themes in movies and entertainment and books and anything of that nature, and I really think this could be another 5-star prediction for me. So once again, just another book that I'm so excited about, but I also have very high hopes for. And of course, I could not make an October TBR or a fall TBR in general without mentioning Grady Hendrix, so I'm going to be reading the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. To say I'm nervous is definitely an understatement, because I know this book is very polarizing. Patricia Campbell's life has never felt smaller. Her husband is a workaholic, her teenage kids have their own lives, her senile mother-in-law needs constant care, and she's always a step behind on her endless to-do list. The only thing keeping her sane is her book club, a close-knit group of Charleston women. Okay, I did not realize this takes place in Charleston because I live very close to that. Well, that just bumped it up on my TBR. A close-knit group of Charleston women united by their love of true crime. Okay, I also didn't realize these women love true crime. How have I never read the synopsis of this book? I don't even know right now. Then James Harrison walks into her life during the summer of 1993, and it takes place in the 90s. Are you kidding me? He makes her feel things she hasn't felt in years, but when children on the other side of town go missing, Patricia wonders if he's connected. Is he a Brad Pitt, a Bundy, or something much worse? So I want to say he's gonna be a vampire, but yeah, I did not realize that this took place in the 90s and in Charleston. So right there, that already bumps this guy high up on my list. This next book I am going into fairly blind, but it keeps popping up on my radar for whatever reason, and I think it's mainly because I hear Raylene LeMay talk about it on the Books Unbound podcast, and that is Into the Drowning Deep by Myra Grant. And if you guys don't know, Myra Grant is also Shawn McGuire, and I love Shawn McGuire's writing. I love her characters. Her plots sometimes are a little bit lacking for me, but I don't even care because this one is about killer mermaids. That is literally all I know. Literally all I know. And I also think there might be some type of sister dynamic or a sister that goes missing, and it just sounds really creepy. I've heard the audio is fantastic. If I don't read this month or around this type of year, I typically don't read horror at all, so I feel like this has to be the month that I finally read this. I feel like it's just gonna be a really solid read, and I really think I'm gonna end up loving it, and I don't know why I haven't picked it up sooner. I feel like I'm going to keep saying I know little to nothing about all these books that I chose, but you guys know I love picking up books according to vibes or maybe author name, and that is definitely the case for this next one. Little Eve is by Catriona Ward, which you guys know I have felt mixed feelings with her books in the past, and so this is her debut novel, I think, that just got a cover redesign. But regardless, I have been very curious about this one because if it's as insane as her other two books, I'm either gonna love it or feel very conflicted. But I do know that this one has to do with a cult or surrounds a cult-like theme, and it's also just giving me gothic vibes as well, which I love. So I had to pick this one up because my interest has definitely been piqued with the theme, the vibes, and just the fact that it's Catriona Ward in general. We will see what happens. And to switch things up just a little bit, I wanted to include some type of dark academia book or a book with that theme, but a lot of them seem to be very long or just have other elements to it that I wasn't really interested in. So the one thriller that I could think of that I haven't read yet is For Your Own Good by Samantha Downing. In this book, we have a teacher that wants to teach his students all a lesson, and the students start going missing. So I'm assuming he's a murderer, but who knows? It's a thriller, so anything could happen. I have only read My Lovely Wife by Samantha Downing. I did really enjoy the writing style and the pace, even though the end didn't exactly wow me. As long as this one is a super fun time throughout where I just get those dark academia vibes that I'm actually looking for, I think I could really enjoy this one and end up rating it pretty highly. The next book I would really love to get to is The Girl in White by Lindsay Currie. I was just kind of looking for a traditional type of ghost story that would just be a really fun but light, super easy read, and the back of this had me on the edge of my seat already. It says, Sweet Molly once lived in Eastport. Sweet Molly once loved the sea. Sweet Molly lost Liam to the shadows. Now Sweet Molly is coming for ye. I am just super excited about this one because I know it takes place on a small coastal kind of cozy town, and our main character Molly is haunted by this lady in her dreams, but she thinks she sees the lady from her dreams in real life, and the face up here is just gives me the creeps, and even her shadow looks like a person. I don't think I've ever read anything by Lindsay Currie before, but I am so excited because when I read The Haunting of Evelyn Jones, I knew I needed more kind of paranormal traditional ghost stories that have that coastal town vibe. So this is just going to be absolutely perfect for me. Last but not least, I had to add a graphic novel to my giant stack, and that is Hooky, which is a middle grade giant graphic novel. The reason I'm bumping this up on my TBR is because the second volume actually just came out this month, and I would really love to get to it. This looks so cute because we have twins who I think are both witches, and there's a whole lot of hijinks. There is a prophecy, and there's so many creatures that are involved. It definitely gives me those fantastical elements which I love in graphic graphic novels, and this is just gonna be absolutely perfect. It is pretty big, but I definitely don't mind that because when it comes to graphic novels, the bigger the better in my opinion. Alright my friends, I definitely have my work cut out for me, as well as 2 books that are not even here yet. So it is going to be a very busy October month for me, as well as my photography business is kind of picking back up. So I'm really not sure how many of these books are actually going to get read, but I'm definitely going to try to stay positive, try to stay focused, and do my best because a lot of these books have been on my radar or I've owned for years and have just not gotten to, especially the Grady Hendrix one. So I'm very much looking into diving into all of these. I feel like I have a pretty good variety to keep me entertained throughout the month. Thank you so much for watching. Before you leave, go ahead and leave a fall autumn leaf emoji in the comments to let me know you've gotten this far in the video. Also let me know what book you're super excited to read now that it's fall. I know it's not fall for everyone around the world or everyone that's watching this video, but if you're reading any fall themed books, definitely let me know which ones you're excited for. Thank you so much for watching and supporting my channel. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video.